camp day, whatever it is, and we're working. That's really all it is. It's another camp day, getting better offensively and defensively. It's narrowing down. Guys got to perform on Saturday.
Todd, can you speak to Chris Godwin's, possible availability, and I guess he's taken off the pup list?
He's taken off the pup list, but he's got to get in football shape and everything else, so I wouldn't expect him to play early on.
Is there a goal? Is there a week that would be the ideal return for him?
No, just when he's ready. Just when he's ready. I mean, he's been out a long time. He's got to get in football shape. Tristan the same way, but they'll be off, and then we'll see how it goes going forward.
If the logic in putting Godwin on is so he can practice within the first 4 weeks of the season, would you do the same with Wirfs? Would we expect Wirfs to be on the initial 53 as well?
Yes.
Coach, from your perspective, is it hard to find that happy medium between overworking your team and underworking your team?
You can never underwork your team. We're going to work every day. Whether you call it over or under, if you're in shape, it's work. If you're not in shape, it's overwork. If you're lazy, it's underwork, and you won't be here long. That's not a question for us.
Are there any plans to do a scrimmage with the starters before the regular season?
Absolutely not.
Coach, we see at the start of practice every day, Sterling Shepard's kind of hanging around by the quarterbacks over there and just kind of helping out wherever he can. How does that kind of feed into the kind of success he's had with multiple quarterbacks over the last couple of years when he's been here?
Well, he's performed well because he does that on the field, not because he hangs with the quarterbacks, but he's very smart and he has opinions and advice just like Mike and Chris does. He's a veteran receiver, so quarterbacks understand him and they give him little nuances to work with, and he's very good that way with getting everybody on the same page.
With practice out of the way ahead of Saturday, do you have a better sense now in terms of what starters will play Saturday and specifically what Mayfield will play?
There will be no starters playing on Saturday.
Coach, how did Rashad White look to you this week, and do you expect him to play on Saturday?
He looked fresh. He probably won't play on Saturday.
Todd, you said you were going to have possibly a decision on Desmond Watson going forward. Have you made any decision on that?
We're still discussing that, but we have some things in the works for him going forward.
Todd, if Mayfield isn't playing on Saturday, do you know who you would turn to first between Trask and Bridgewater?
Not yet. Probably Trask will start the game, and then we'll go from there.
Do you know right now, obviously you have a lot of different decisions, different positions, but is there a world where you only carry 2 quarterbacks on the 53?
There's a world, yes. things we have to discuss after the last preseason game, depending on injuries at other positions and positions of need and what we have and what we don't have. All that's going to be taken into consideration.
Coach, do you feel like the team needs to strongly consider adding a receiver before the start of week 1?
Possible, not right now. We'll see how it goes after this game right here. We may be able to add one, we may not, depending on who comes back or who might get injured Saturday.
Todd, if I ask you if there's a single position that's made for the most difficult decisions to keep and cut going in Saturday, what might that be?
Honestly, they're all difficult. The hardest thing for a coach is to tell someone they can't play in the NFL, but position-wise, this has probably been a hard camp, and there's some position battles going on everywhere. Injuries play a part in those things as well, so every position right now almost is going to come down to injured and playing on Saturday. That's going to be a big key.
Todd, I think we had asked you early last week about who of the pup list guys could come back, and you had said Anthony Walker was close. He still isn't practicing. Do you know, is he a threat to not start the year on the 53 or have an extended absence that way?
Those are things we have to discuss. We got to discuss a lot of things and seeing where people are, and that'll be a medical thing, and that'll be a health thing as well.
Todd, when do you start discussing cut downs in final 53? Is that an ongoing process, or do you begin doing that next week sometime?
No, we start tomorrow, and then we see how the game plans out. And you got to discuss it about 4 or 5 times, and then you got to have a final discussion. So we haven't started talking about cut downs as a group individually, whether me and Jason and everybody else, but we'll sit down and talk about that tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, and then some Monday.
Todd, towards the bottom of that roster there, how do you kind of balance what you see in that final preseason game versus what you've seen here kind of over the last couple of weeks?
Depends on how well you're doing preseason, how well you're doing practice, and if you're at the bottom of the roster, you're probably not a starter, how well you're doing special teams and how versatile you are.
We'd asked you
Couple
about,
more, please.
We'd asked you about Izzy, and I think you just said he was sore with the league. Is he somebody that would be in jeopardy on playing week 1?
Right now, he's week to week, I would say, and you know, as it goes on, and it's a pain tolerance thing with him, so I'm not sure.
How do you assess Charlie Heck's summer, and what have you learned about him?
He's learned a lot. You know, he's gotten a lot of experience. He's going to go against a Pro Bowl edge rusher every week, including the practice that he's in. He's a competitor. He's tough. He's got some technical things to work out. He's got to stay low because of his height, but he's done some very good things for us as well. So right now, going into week 1, he'll be our starter, and you know, we believe in him, and we'll work with him, and we'll go from there.
Coach, what do you see from Vita Vea at this training camp? Seemed like he didn't have a day off and was really explosive, it felt like, dominated almost.
He doesn't need a day off, so he hadn't reached the Mike Levante status yet. There's the upper tier guys that get that kind of action. Other than that, everybody else practices. He came in great shape, you know. He came in very good shape. He worked on a lot of things. He worked on his feet, he's working on his hands, and we like to see him where he's at right now. Just got to keep pushing forward.
Okay, thank you.